My dear students, in the previous video, I have started the CBSE Mathematics 11th standard, that too, the chapter 3, trigonometric functions. I introduced the trigonometric functions and I explained the relation between the radians and degrees, and I gave some examples also. Now, in this video, I am going to give the trigonometric functions, the values of trigonometric functions in all the 4 quadrants. The trigonometric functions, 6 functions, what are all the values of the trigonometric functions in all the 4 quadrants we have seen. We have to see now in this video. You know that in the first quadrant all the ratios are positive, in the second quadrant sine and cosecant are positive, and the third quadrant tan and cot are positive, and the fourth quadrant cos and secant are positive. That's why we have expression also all silver tea cups for remembrance. We have to remember the sentence like that. So origin, this is the coordinate axis. So all the 4 quadrants, first I am going to define the functions, the values of 90 minus theta, trigonometric functions of 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta is in the first quadrant. First quadrant, all the ratios are positive. And so first 90 minus, given 90 minus theta is less than 90 degree, 0 to 89. This is less than 90 degree. 90 minus theta, theta may be 40, for example 90 minus 40, that is 50, like that. That below 90 and above 0 are in the first quadrant. And one more thing, first we have to find out which quadrant the angles occur, and also the sign of the ratio in the quadrant. In the first quadrant, no question of sign because all the ratios are positive. But one more thing you have to remember, top 90, below 270, and left 180, right 0 degree or 360. 0 or 360. See, when you see me, right, top 90 degree, below 270, what is it? Right, this is left for you, this is 180, 360. Left 180, right 360, top 90, 270. See, the ratios, trigonometric ratios for 90 and 270, they will change. The ratios are changed for 90 and 270. Change means you have the complement angle. For the value of sine, you get cos. For cos, you get sine. For tan, you get cot, like that. For 90 and 270, the ratios will change. And 180 and 360, the ratios will not change. See, for that 180 and 360, the ratios will not change. But 90 and 270, the ratios will be changed. You remember like that for head position. You remember the head position? 90 and 270, ratios maru. 180 and 360, ratios maru. 180 to 360, complement agadu. But 90 and 270, complement agadu. அதான் மாறும், இது மாறாது அப்படின்னு ஞாபகம் வச்சுங்க. இப்போ 90 மைனஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் குவாட்ரண்ட் 19 வந்தாலே மாறும், சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். The ratios will change. Therefore 90 minus, all the ratios are positive. It is in the first quadrant. Sin 90 minus theta, 90 changes the ratio. Therefore this is cos theta. Since all the ratios are positive, all the answers are positive. Sin 90 minus theta, 90 changes the ratio, therefore cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta, 90 changes the ratio, therefore this is sin theta. Tan 90 minus theta, cot theta. Cosecant 90 minus theta, secant theta. Secant 90 minus theta, cosecant theta. And cot 90 minus theta is tan theta. Like that, the values of 90 minus theta we have determined. Next, second one, the ratios of 90 plus theta. 90 plus theta, functions of 90 plus theta. It is in the 90 plus, is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is that? For second quadrant, It is in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine or cosecant are positive. Sine and cosecant are positive. Therefore, sine 90 plus theta. Do you remember? Sine 90 plus theta. 90 plus second quadrant. Sine positive. See, you have to left hand side function only you have to see the sign. To determine the sign of the function, we have to see the left hand side function. Sine positive in the first quadrant, but 90 changes the ratio, therefore this is cos theta. And cos 90 minus theta, this is 90 plus theta. So we are going to define the 90 plus theta. Second quadrant, cos negative, but 90 changes the ratio, therefore this is minus sin theta. So you may not confuse with cos negative, sir, second quadrant. So you will put minus here, sir. Sin positive, sir. So you have to put plus, sir. Don't confuse with this. Right hand side, you are not supposed to see the sign. This is the answer stage. This is the question stage. Sin 90 plus sin is positive, therefore his answer is in positive sign. And 90 changes its ratio cos. Cos is negative, therefore negative sign. But 90 changes its ratio, therefore sin theta. Minus theta. Tan is negative, but 90 changes the ratio, so minus cot theta. But cosecant positive, therefore secant theta. Answer is secant theta because cosecant positive, so answer will be in positive. Secant negative, so minus 90 changes its ratio, this is cosecant theta. Cot 90 plus, 90 plus second quadrant, cot negative, but 90 changes its ratio as tan theta. Like that, we have completed the 90 plus theta. Values of 90 plus is sin 90 plus cos, cos 90 plus minus sin theta, tan 90 plus minus cot, cosecant 90 plus cosecant positive, therefore secant theta. Answer is positive. You are not supposed to see secant negative, therefore you have to put secant sign minus sign here. Like that, you don't take it as a confusion. You are not seeing the right hand side expression. You just to see left hand side. Cosecant positive, therefore answer in positive symbol. Secant negative, therefore minus cosecant theta. Like that. And the third one, functions of 180 minus. Now I am going to write 180 minus theta. 180 also in the 180 minus less than 180 and greater than 90. 180 minus theta is like between 90 and 180. It is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, sine and cosecant positive. Now we are going to see 180 minus theta. Sine 180 minus theta, cos 180 minus theta, tan 180 minus theta, cosecant 180 minus theta, secant 180 minus theta, cot 180 minus theta. 180 minus is second quadrant sine and cosecant positive, but 180 will not change the ratio. 90 and 270 change the ratio. 190 and 360, the ratio should not be changed. Therefore, 180 and 360, the ratio is not changed. And also sine is positive, so sine theta only, because in the second 180 will not change the ratio. Cos 180 minus cos negative, so minus cos theta. 180 will not change the ratio. Tan 180 minus tan theta. Cosecant 180 minus cosecant is positive, therefore 180 will not change the ratio, therefore it is cosecant theta is set. And the secant 180 minus theta minus secant theta, cot 180 minus theta minus cot theta. Like that, we have defined the values of 180 minus theta. So we have completed 90 minus, 90 plus and 180 minus. Next, fourth one, 180 plus functions of 180 plus theta. 180 plus means lies between 180 and 270. Lies between 180 and 270. It is in the third quadrant. Third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. In the third quadrant, tan value and cot value are positive. Therefore, sin 180 plus, second quadrant sin positive, 180 plus 180 plus third quadrant tan only positive, sin negative, the 180 will not change the sign, therefore minus sin theta. 180 plus third quadrant sin negative, 180 does not change the ratio, therefore minus sin theta. Cos 180 plus theta, third quadrant, cos negative, minus cos theta. 180 will not change the ratio. Tan 180 plus theta, tan theta, third quadrant positive, therefore tan theta. Cosecant 180 plus theta, third quadrant, cosecant negative, therefore minus cosecant theta. Cosecant will not change the ratio, 180 will not change the ratio. And 180, secant 180 plus theta is minus secant theta. Cot 180 plus theta, positive. Cot value is positive in the third quadrant, therefore this is cot theta. Plus cot theta, I mean. 180 plus third quadrant, cot positive, 180 will not change the ratio. Therefore it is cot theta itself. This is 180 plus. Fifth one, 270 minus. Functions values of 270 minus theta. 270 minus theta is also third quadrant. In this third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. So 270 minus theta we will see one by one. Sin 270 minus theta. You don't know the answer. See one by one. Okay. Sin 270 minus theta, cos 270 minus theta, 270 minus theta is third quadrant. Tan 270 minus theta, cosecant 270 minus theta, and secant 270 minus theta, and cot 270 minus theta. Sin 270 minus third quadrant sin negative, and 270 changes the sign ratio, therefore minus cos theta. Remember, 270 changes the ratio, sin into cos, and third quadrant sin negative, therefore minus cos theta. And cos 270 minus third quadrant cos negative, it changes the ratio, so minus sin theta. Tan 270 minus theta, third quadrant tan positive, 270 changes the ratio, therefore cot theta. Cosecant 270 minus cosecant third quadrant negative, 270 changes the ratio, therefore minus secant theta. Secant 270 minus third quadrant secant negative, ratio changes, 270 changes the ratio, therefore minus cosecant theta. And cot 270 minus theta, third quadrant cot positive, 270 changes the ratio, this is plus tan theta. That's all about 270 minus theta. Next, 270 plus theta. Sixth one is 90 minus 90 plus 180 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sixth one, 270 plus theta. 270 plus theta is in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive. In the fourth quadrant, cos ratio and secant, cos and its reciprocal secant are positive. So this is 270 plus theta. Plus fourth quadrant, sin negative. 270 changes the ratio into complement. Sin complement is cos. Therefore, minus cos theta. 270 plus fourth quadrant, cos them positive, sin negative, therefore minus positive. So cos positive and minus positive have been calculated because you have to see the question of 270 plus of sin. Sin is negative, therefore answer is minus 270 changes the ratio into its complement cos, therefore minus cos theta, cos 270 plus theta, cos positive in the fourth quadrant, it changes the ratio into sin theta. 270 plus cos 270 plus is sin theta, tan 270 plus fourth quadrant 270 plus fourth quadrant tan negative 270 changes its ratio cot theta. Cosecant 270 plus fourth quadrant cosecant negative 270 changes its ratio secant theta. Secant in the fourth quadrant positive, secant 270 plus fourth quadrant secant positive, it changes the ratio as its complement to secant theta. Cot 270 plus minus tan theta in the fourth quadrant cot negative. Like that we have completed that 270 plus and only finally 360 minus, we will see what is 360 minus theta. Minus theta, it is also in the fourth quadrant. Cos and secant are positive, therefore what do you get? Sin 360 minus theta, cos 360 minus theta, tan 360 minus theta, and cosecant 360 minus theta, secant 360 minus theta, and cot 360 minus theta. See, it's also 360 minus is also in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant is cos and secant are positive, but 360 will not change the ratios. Therefore, 360 minus fourth quadrant sin or negative. 360 does not change the ratio, therefore minus sin theta. Cos 360 minus fourth quadrant cos positive. Therefore 360 does not change the ratio, it is just plus cos theta. Tan 360 minus fourth quadrant tan negative minus tan theta. 360 will not change the ratio. Cosecant 360 minus is minus cosecant theta. Secant 360 minus fourth quadrant secant positive. 360 is not changes the ratio, just the secant theta. Cot 360 minus is cot negative minus cot theta. That's all about 360 minus. And one more thing, this is seventh one. 360 minus is seventh one because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over, and 8th one is 360 plus theta. Now I am going to consider the functional values of 360 plus theta. It is once again round one. Here round first one cycle is completed. 360 plus is again in the first quadrant. 360 plus after completing a circle, it is again in the first quadrant. 360 plus is in the first quadrant. First quadrant, all functions are positive. All are positive. Therefore, very simple. Sin 360 plus first quadrant all positive, sin positive, therefore sin theta. Cos 360 will not change the ratio. 360 will not change the ratio. Cos 360 plus first quadrant all positive, cos theta. Tan 360 plus theta is tan theta. Cosecant 360 plus theta is cosecant theta because first quadrant all positive and the 360 will not change the ratio. Secant theta 360 plus theta secant theta. Cot 360 plus theta is cot theta because first quadrant all ratios are positive and 360 will not change the ratio. So sin 360 plus is sin, cos 360 plus is cos, tan 360 plus is tan, cosecant 360 plus is cosecant. Like that, we have completed all the functional values of trigonometric functions of all the values in all four quadrants. We have completed the values of the functions in all the four quadrants now, and I will stop here. And these are the things you have to remember very well. You have to find out these results to solve the problems in our exercise. Thank you.